Hello, welcome to today's workshop. It's about how to overcome perfectionism, how to step out of being perfect in order for you to be able to move your business forward, in order for you to be able to fulfill your life goals. I'm just going to be quickly sharing my screen with us because I've got some information, very, very good information I need to pass on to us to be able to get over this perfect self that we have, stories that we've actually been trying to tell ourselves, those perfect things that we've been waiting to do, those perfect moments that we've been able to tell ourselves this is what we need to do to get perfect in order for us to be able to launch our business forward. I'm just going to quickly share my screen right now. All right, so this is how can we overcome perfectionism. The reason why I wanted to discuss about this particular topic is because a few weeks back, I was actually in discussion with somebody who has come to help me in the post office to stock up the shop. And we got talking and I got to find out that it's been someone that has actually been into arts in times past. He loves arts. He sold some of his artwork actually to people and they paid good money for it because it's quite good. So I I was wondering what had happened, how it's just now resolved to wanting to do just menial work. So he said he could not continue doing the artwork because where he lives now is going to need a studio, is going to need a separate room, is going to need this, is going to need that in order for him to be able to do the artwork and do it professionally and make it good and to be able to sell it. And this is the stories, these are the limiting beliefs I've come to find out has been holding a lot of people back from moving forward in their business. I've met with people with talents, with people with skills that they are sitting on because they are waiting for the perfect time in order for them to move it forward. They are waiting for the perfect time in order for them to be able to establish themselves. Some are waiting for their logo to be perfect. They're waiting for their website to be perfect. They're waiting. This is one thing that we need to understand and try to break away from is your perfect is somebody else's beginning. Your perfect, your state of perfection is, your state of being perfect is somebody else's, I don't care. So the more you wait, the more you hold on, the more uh, you hinder yourself from doing what you need to do in order for you to launch, the further it is, the people that needs to buy from you are going. Because what I know is no matter what you do, your own clients, your own customers, they are made for you and they are being kept for you. And the longer it is you wait in order to serve them, the more it is that you are delaying yourself and you are denying yourself of the fulfillment that you should have had. What some of the stories I also been telling myself for the past 5 years is I want my website to. The reason why I've actually come to this term is because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist myself. If I need to find a cleaner, I want to be able to know that this person will clean my house in the way I would love to do it. If I need to get someone to do a job for me, I want to be able to know that they can do it in such a way that I would do it myself. But what I've learned over time is this: if you are waiting for the perfect person to show up, the perfect customer to show up, the perfect time to show up, you're never going to do anything. You are never going to move forward. You need to learn to understand that you just need to take small imperfect steps. You just need to take that first initial step in order for you to be able to move forward. Some of the issues that I find out is some of the problems I see people who are trying to build their business struggle with. Some of the stories they tell themselves is, I don't have the time. I don't know how I'm going to manage my time. What if this business starts to grow and I don't have the time to actually meet the numbers of people that are ordering? What, but I don't even have enough funds. What if I have more than enough orders than my capability? What if the people don't even know what I sell? There's so many stories, so many things. And then the imposter syndrome is another thing. Oh, but there's so many people that are already doing this. How am I going to meet up? How am I going to match up? You don't need to meet up with people's standards. You don't need to match up with the people who are ahead of you. You've got your own people that have carved up for you for the stage you are in your business. I'm going to reiterate this. You are perfectly designed for the people. You are a perfect match for some certain numbers of people. So don't compare yourself to someone's 10 years in business to your 2 years in business. There are some people that they started this business 10 years ago, and obviously the state they are at now, you're not going to use them as the yardstick for you that have just started your business 2 years ago. And that is why a lot of us, we struggle with imposter syndrome. Is, this person is doing it so good. Who am I to even want to, do this? But why not? Who are you not to be able to do this? Once you stand out, once you begin to show up, the people that are yours they will gravitate towards you naturally, because no matter who you are, no matter what your niche is, there are people that are meant for you, that are called for you. And therefore you need to be able to get out of your own perfect thinking that, oh, these people need me to be perfect. No, they don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to show up. They just need you to be there. They just need you to provide the service. They just need you to supply the products. The logo, sometimes it don't matter. The website, sometimes it don't matter, even though you need it, but sometimes it's not what people need to see before they can actually want to buy from you. And some people are waiting for the perfect opportunity. There is no perfect opportunity. We make use of the time we have. We make use of what we have in order to get what we want. The more we wait, the longer we wait, the farther this dream is from us. I've been wanting to do certain things for the past 5 years, and wanting to have the perfect website, wanting to have the perfect thing, the perfect time, it's been eluding me. And I find that when I look back, this is what made me step out. I've looked at myself. For the past 5 years, I've been gathering information, I've been gathering knowledge, I've been, reading books. And now all of this reading, learning, knowing, it's doing me no good if I'm not implementing, if I'm not actioning them. So we need to understand that there can never be the perfect time, nor the perfect place, nor the perfect thing that you can do in order for you to live a life of purpose and passion. And the goal of this workshop is for me to be able to address those limiting beliefs and how you can get out of the perfect bubble in order for you to be able to take imperfect steps toward fulfilling your vision and towards fulfilling your life mission. The reason why is because you need to understand that waiting for a perfect step will not move you forward. It grinds you, it halts you, it does not let you to be who you are called to be. And I'm just going to quickly share who I am. This is my beautiful family. My name is Tosin John, and I help entrepreneurs to get clarity, focus, and confidence in their business proposition. If you hear me sounding funny, it's because I've got a cold. I help entrepreneurs to gain clarity, get focused, and get confidence in their business propositions in order for them to overcome all the overwhelm that is associated with running their business, in order for them to be able to know what momentum building action steps they need to take in order for them to build a business of purpose, and in order for them to build a business that they are passionate about. So how can we overcome perfectionism? First, the way to overcome perfectionism is to get off the content consuming hamster wheel. I've been in this for the past 5 years. The way to get over the content consuming hamster wheel is to stop. There's the point that you need to stop learning certain things and just start doing. I've taken several courses in times past. I've done so many, trainings. I read a lot. I research a lot. I'm someone that I've been a lifelong learner. I love reading. I love looking up things online. If I hear a word about something, I need to read up on it quickly. if I see something people are into many charts these days, I'm onto it. I want to read, I want to learn. But there has to come a point in our life that we need to just put a stop, around those content consuming mindset, and begin to change our focus into putting into action those things you've learned already. What you already have, what you already know, is enough to help people, is enough to serve the customers that you have, because learning never stops. The more you learn about things, the more new things are coming onto the horizon. When you hear about this thing today, when you read about something today, another time before you actually implement that, new things are coming into the horizon. And the way you can help yourself in order not to feel pressured uh, into doing those things that keeps you stuck is, first of all, you need to unfollow anyone that actually makes you feel like you're not worth it or you're not good enough. If, for instance, you have people on your Facebook page, in your Instagram, and you're following them, and they've been 20 years in this, because it's good to have role models that, that prompt you, that motivate you. But if following them puts you under pressure to make you feel like you're not good enough, just unfollow them. Unfollow them and make sure that you stay focused to your game. You stay focused on your lane, because that is the only thing that can actually make you feel like an achiever. And another thing, which is what I've been doing recently myself, I'm subscribing for anyone that doesn't provide me value. I'm tired of going into my email every day and I'm bombarded with people wanting to sell me courses, people wanting me to come for their webinars and master classes, for them to sell me something at the end of it. I'm unsubscribing from them now, because all of that information is just clogging my life, my brain, my mindset. And I feel like, oh my God, I cannot do this. It's too much. These people have been in the game from 20 years, from 10 years on, and wanting to do everything that they are implementing. They've got a network of people to support them, to assist them. And I cannot compare myself with them in their game. And because I keep receiving their emails about what they are doing, what they're up to next, how they can do this, it actually puts me down in a way that I don't want. So now I'm unsubscribing. So if you feel that what you've been doing is just been consuming information, you've just been consuming content, and every time you consume this content, it makes you feel like you're not moving forward, that you're not forging ahead, I wanted to just say, you know what, enough is enough. I've learned enough for now to move me forward. And as you go, learning never stops. The more you do it, the more you learn new things along the way. Use yourself as a yardstick. There are so many information online that will help you to learn every step of the way what you need for that particular stage of your life. I used to be a online course junkie. Every time a course is out, I'm ready to spend to buy it. But now my mindset is already shifting from that mentality. I'm already telling myself, the courses I have, it's enough to sustain me for what I need to do. I don't need to keep buying in order for me to feel like I know what I'm doing, like I'm worth it. So now any course comes onto the horizon to me, I say, do I need it? Do I have any information from the ones I've had in the times past that could actually, help me forward? If I'm moving to another stage, I've outgrown the stage I'm in, then I look towards buying any course or any training, or going for courses or training that would help me for that next stage. But I don't need to keep reading, keep researching, if I'm not actually using the information, if I'm not actually implementing that information. The second thing I want us to understand how to overcome perfectionism is to write the vision and make it plain. Write the vision and make it plain. Don't look at the big picture, because what some of us struggle with is looking at the big picture, looking at where we are going. For instance, if my vision and my plan is to be able to have a business conference and training, or a business retreat of 10,000 people, for instance, and all I'm looking at, all I'm focusing on is people in the hall, 10,000 people in the hall. It's all I'm looking at. What I'm going to find that it becomes overwhelming because I've never done it before. And if I see people that are way ahead of me doing it, every time I see all the things they're doing, all the cameras, all the lights, all the planning, all the behind the scenes I'm looking at, it will continue to keep me stuck in my head that this is too much. I can't do this. I need to up my game to be able to achieve this. And that way, I can spend 10 years still telling myself that story. I need to perfect myself. I need to up my game. But if I take that first step, I break it down into small chunks of tasks. If I break it down into small goals, and all I tell myself is this: I need to focus on at least having 2 people in a room. Let me start with a small workshop. If that 2 people is just my husband and my mom, and maybe my sister or my brother, or my best friend and her and one of my other friend, are those 2 people I have in the room. I work with them, I practice with them, I rehearse this with them. It will actually help me. It will boost my confidence. It will help me to see that, yes, I'm actually taking the step. Then I move from having 2 people in the room to having 10 people in the room. From 10 people in the room, I have 100 people in the room, and from them, I have 1,000. Gradually, I'm moving towards the 10,000. But if I'm only looking at the 10,000, I may not take a step. So I just want to implore us, if your challenge has been because you've been looking at the big goal. Some people, their goal and their plan, their vision, their dream is to have a restaurant. And all they're saying is, how am I going to be able to pay for this restaurant? How am I going to be able to manage the staff, the cooking? They're looking at the whole shebang. They're looking at the whole picture. But why can they not? Why can't you just bring it down and say, you know what? Let me start with the cooking. Let me start giving my food, for free to someone. Do they even like it? Do they even like my food? Okay, now, yes, people get feedback. People like my food. Okay, now let me look at where I can supply my food. Should I supply off? Should I go to offices? Can I speak to their HR if I could just maybe once a week bring my food to them? This is how you make small steps. This is how you take small steps for you to be able to get in confidence, network of people, get even the funds, the money you're raising gradually from doing the little bits and pieces every day, doing this task daily, monthly. It builds your confidence and it tells you can go further. And there is nothing that says if you start this way, you need to end up this way. Your dream, your goals, your plan, your vision, you can tweak it, you can iterate it, you can calibrate. You can always do a review. You can always go back and see where you need to improve upon, where you need to add more to it. And if there's anything that you're doing that does not fulfill you, you can always take it out. Who says you can't? This is your life. You got to live it the way you want, the way that suits you. And number 3, I want you to find your superpowers. How can you overcome perfectionism? Number 3, you need to find your superpowers. There's something that my coach taught me some couple of years back. She said, you need to speak. If you think you don't know who you are, sometimes we don't know who we are. We don't know our capability or our enablement. What you need to do, there are people around you that see you. They know you. They know your strengths. Right now, we are not focusing on the weaknesses. Your strength is what defines you. Your strength is what that gives you the confidence to move in the direction that you need to go. So she was able to convince me to find 10 to 15 people to send them text messages or email. But I'm a very shy person, so I didn't send them text messages. So I sent emails to all my friends and my family. And the information was very basic. Looking from the outside in, what do you think are my qualities and what do you think I'm really good at? When people start to respond back to you about what you do, what you are, what your strengths are, trust me, it actually helps you to see yourself in a new light. Because up until then, what you do every day, what comes naturally to you, sometimes you don't know it because this is you every day. But other people can see, they can see you from the external inward, and then they can tell you you are great at this. Once those responses start to come back in, what you need to do is to compile all the information, which is what I did. I was able to compile all this information. I was able to put it into a spreadsheet. And then I was able to tie together all the commonalities. When you find out, this is very profound, when you find out that 10 people are saying the same thing about you, it solidifies that in you. It helps you to move forward. And every time I'm challenged with imposter syndrome, every time I tell myself I'm not, oh, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, all that information I've compiled and I put somewhere where I can see, it reassures me that this is who I am. It reassures me that I can do this. I just need to step out of my mindset. I need to step out of my limiting belief mindset that I cannot do this. And this is very, very crucial. Knowing what your strengths are, knowing what you can do, knowing what you're able to do, and what people also see in you that you're able to do will really, really, really help you to step out of the perfect mindset or notion and help you to take the next step forward in order for you to be able to achieve your purpose. So I wanted to challenge you at this point to reach out to 20 people. It doesn't necessarily have to be family members. If you don't have any close family member, anyone around you, even if they are work colleagues, reach out to 20 people. I'm saying 20 because not everybody will get back to you. Some people will not reply back, not because they don't like you, not because they don't see any qualities in you, but they might be busy, they've got their life. Well, kudos to them. But the people that respond back to you, begin to tie up all the information, all their replies back together, see the commonalities, and write out 5 qualities they've written that are similar across the numbers of people that reply back. See those qualities and print it, put it somewhere, make it a vision board that this is who I am. I am, this is what people say about me, and I declare that about me, Say to yourself every day. That builds your confidence, because what we find out, a lot of people that are fighting with perfectionism is actually out of fear of stepping out. It's actually through lack of confidence. It is not about wanting to be perfect. It's about being afraid of being judged. They are afraid they are afraid that people will judge them. People will say, who are you to do this? They are afraid of failure. They are afraid to step forward. What if I fail? What would people say? So they use the perfect excuse, the perfectionism excuse, to keep themselves small. And I don't want that for you. What I want for you is for you to be able to overcome your fear of failure, overcome the lack of confidence. You don't need everything to be perfect. As long as you know this is your calling, this is what you're called to do, this is your desire, you have that strong notion, and you will not have it if you do not have the capability for you to be able to do it. So the purpose of this exercise that I want you to do is to help you to solidify your strengths, is to help you to know your qualities, and that you are able to do whatever you set your heart to do. Number 4, on how to overcome perfectionism, is for you to find a cheerleader. You need to surround yourself with people that will encourage you, people that will remind you how great you are. For me, my husband, my mom, my nieces, they are my greatest cheerleaders. I have them around me all the time. Before I do anything, before I take a step, I mention it to them. This is what I would like to do, and everyone chips in. And the more they chip in, sometimes my niece will just send me a video. Auntie, this is you. And even those videos she sends to me, sometimes I don't even see those qualities in me. But because they can see you from another point of view, they see what you're capable of doing. And it is very important you have people like this around you. For me, I've been blessed because these people are my family members. They necessarily do not have to be your family members. If the people that are your family members are the ones that don't appreciate you or they don't see any good in you, by all means, find a cheerleader outside of the family network. It could be your friend, it could be a neighbor, it could be anyone. As long as you find someone that you plan, you tell your plans, this is what I plan to do, and they can serve as an accountability partner for you to be able to move forward. They check in on you to make sure you're doing those things that you need to do. You've broken down your goals, you've broken down your dream into small manageable tasks, into small chunks of goals or tasks. You let them know, this is what I plan to do. How do you think I can do it? What do you think I need to do first? Please don't surround yourself with negative people, the people that always find a problem for every solution. You don't need those people around you. You need people that will tell you every time you're telling yourself the stories of why you don't want to step out, the people that will tell you how great you are and how you can actually do this. So find yourself an accountability partner, find yourself a cheerleader. It is very, very important. It's very crucial for you to be able to for you to be able to achieve what you want in life. You need people around you. You need to surround yourself with positive people that will lift you up, that will encourage you, that will clap for you, that will say, yes, you can do this, carry on. And that will be there to celebrate you. Even when the things are going good, when the things are not going well, they will celebrate you. You need people like that around you. And number 5, for how to overcome perfectionism, is you need to focus on your why. You need to focus on your why. This is the reason why there are some times that we forget why we actually started this business. We forget why we are doing this business. But when your why is strong enough that you cannot sleep every night when you wake up, it is what you are thinking about. If you cannot find a strong why for why you do that business, it's going to be very hard for you to move ahead. The reason is because running a business is not for the faint-hearted. It's not an easy thing to do. There are so many moving parts to running a business. I'm saying that from experience, and I'm saying that because I run multiple businesses. I have a home, I have 3 kids, and I know it's not an easy thing. And therefore, sometimes it's very easy to get into the elm of things, and it's very easy to get lost in everyday life. You've got kids to look after, you've got the home, you've got so many things that are vying for your time, vying for your attention. And you're having a strong, why you're doing this business is going to help you during those challenging times. When you want to give up, when you think, what is the whole point? Why am I even doing this? When things will not go right, you know, your why I'm doing this is what you keep reminding yourself of. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. This is by Arthur Ashe. Start where you are. Use what you have and do what you can. You don't need everything to be in perfect notion, because what you have to understand is this: what is perfect today, tomorrow is obsolete. I want you to get that and write it somewhere. What is perfect today, tomorrow is obsolete. The way website looks these days is not what they used to look like 5 years ago. The sort of tabs, the sort of information, the sort of things, the menus, the way they look, the functionality of a website this year is not going to be the same it is in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. So wanting to make everything perfect is just going to keep you stuck. It's going to ground you, and you're not going to move that step. And the longer you delay in moving forward, the farther your dream is from you. The farther it is. Imagine if you've had this dream to build a business, to help people all over the world. You've had this dream in the last 10 years. That has always been your desire. And you look back over 10 years, see where you were when you had that desire. where you are now because you've been waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, perfect website, perfect partner, perfect everything. And you see that you've not even moved a needle in that business. And then I want you to take a step right now and look at the 10 years back that you've had that dream. And the next 10 years, if you continue to tell yourself the story that has not allowed you to move forward in the past 10 years, are you going to keep repeating that story to yourself for the next 10 years? And you look at it, 20 years, the vision it hasn't come to fulfillment because there is a story, a limiting belief around wanting it to be perfect before you move forward. Don't wait to get it perfect. Just get it going. There's a saying by Marie Folio. She's one of my coaches. She said, progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. Don't wait for perfection. Seek to make progress in everything you're doing. Just keep it moving. Just keep it going. You get better with practice. Every time you're doing the work, you get better. Every time you do it, you get better. And then you rinse the procedure, you repeat. You practice, you get better, you rinse, and you repeat. You get, every time you do something, you find other ways. Even if it didn't work out, you've just found a way not to do it. You learn, you move from it. Don't see yourself as a failure. Don't think because it didn't work out, it was meant to fail or you're meant to be a failure. You've just learned a way not to do it. The people that make the light bulb, that make the telephone, they did not get that in the first attempt. They did not make the telephone at the first attempt. These light bulbs we see every day, the electricity we see every day, it was as a result of various iterations, as a result of various, various work. So we need to make sure that we need to make sure that we are working towards achieving our goal daily. We are working towards the vision, towards the dream daily, and that nothing stops us from being who we want to be. This is Tosin John from T Angel Business School. I hope with this little workshop, I've been able to let you understand that perfectionism is a myth. It is a myth. Write it somewhere in bold letters, print it out, put it on your vision board. Perfectionism is a myth. It does not exist. It does not exist. And I'm busting that myth today. You know what? You need to just step out of your perfect bubble. You need to step into the light. If you're going to walk on water, you need to step out of the boat. The boat is your comfort zone. The boat is your secured place. And for you to do great things, you need to step out of your comfort place. There are a lot of people that are achievers today. They did not start being achievers overnight. They worked towards it, they learned their lessons, and they moved on. All right. I hope this little teaching will be able to help you to take steps, which is my aim, my mission, is to be able to break those overwhelm around you, for you to be able to step forward to be who you are you are created and you're designed to be. All right, until next time, I'll see you. Cheers and bye.